everybody. Here with Brett Stewart, offensive line coach, first year on the staff, full-time coach. Congrats on that, first off. Moving up the ladder. Obviously, I wanted to bring you in today because you are an alum and it's homecoming week, and kind of talk about all of the homecoming activities and what it's like to be, in both seats, being as a player and then, now as an alum and coach and such. But first off, we'll just rewind a little bit, talk about last weekend. Obviously a tough game where it just seemed like the offense just couldn't unfortunately get rolling against Evangel. I guess recap that a little bit and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, it was a weird game for us. We moved the ball, we did some things really well, then at times we just couldn't make the big play when we really needed to. I thought our guys played really hard, but it was just one of those games where we just couldn't make the right play at the right time. So it was a different game for us. So.
Yeah, it was a good chunk of yardage that was picked up, like you said, but when it came down to finishing off the drive and getting that third down or whatever we needed, fortunately it didn't happen. Defense played really well. I mean, anytime you go in, you hold the team to 19 points. I don't care who it is. You feel pretty confident you're going to come away with the W. So Evangel just shows how wacky and wild this conference is, that they're a good team, and Grandview seemed low at the start of the year. They're playing really well now. Missouri Valley and Mid-Am are 2 and 3. It's all over the place. I think the only consistency is that there's going to be some craziness every week. Talk about Avila here quick before we get into homecoming, but they seem to be a team that's on the lower tier of the teams here. They just did come off a big win against Culver Stockton, which could say a lot, could not. I don't know what you guys have all seen from them, but talk about what they pose, what kind of problems they might pose for us, and how we're going to work through all of those things.
They're a coached well team. They're going to play hard, just like everybody else in this conference. They're going to play whistle to whistle, and they're going to up front. They're a good team. They're pretty deep. They rotate in some guys, so they try to stay fresh. Linebackers are a good group. They run sideline to sideline. They're going to run to the ball. In secondary, they're young. They got a good freshman corner that's pretty good, and they like what they're doing. So we're going to have to come to play, and our guys are ready to go. They had a great week of practice. They focused, zoned in, and I think it'll be a good game, a good homecoming game for us to get back on track and hit the ground rolling here into the bye week.
Definitely. Just looking at stats, I haven't seen the video, so I don't know what the teams actually look like, but just looking at stats, it appears that they don't run the ball terribly well. They do pass well, which obviously is a bit of a crutch for us, give up a lot of yards in that respect. So they do pass well, and then on defense, they seem to give up a lot of yards rushing, which obviously is our bread and butter. So one side of the ball, I think, plays well into our favor. The other side, I guess if we can make them one-dimensional, maybe we can slow them down. But talk about that side of things.
Defensive staff, they've got a good game plan going in for this week. They like to throw the ball around, like you said. They've thrown it, I think, average of 50 times a game.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy a lot.
they're gonna huck it around the field a little bit. But again, on our side of the ball, Peru, they run a similar offense to what we do, and they threw the ball 5 times. So if we can get rolling on the ground, I think we're going to stick with that. And when we need to, we're going to get in some formations and throw the ball a little bit, and we're going to do our game plan and stick to what we do. And I think we'll be just all right. We'll be fine.
Definitely. So. All right. Well, like I said, the reson I wanted to bring you in is homecoming. Talk about that. A lot of festivities going on this week and this weekend. Talk about it from a coaching / alum side of what it's like to, I'm sure hopefully a lot of your friends are going to be able to come back and whatever, but how special it is to have homecoming.
No, it's very special. Been here since 2007. Played here. And all my buddies come back for this weekend, and it's a blast to see them. And then from the coaching aspect, it's fun to really show the younger guys, the freshmen, sophomores, the traditions and stuff like that. And it's just it's always good to have a lot of people in the stands, out in the parking lot, barbecue and stuff like that. And I just can't thank Coach Half enough for letting me stick on board, stay here, and proud of the school and what it's become, and I'm glad I'm still here, and hopefully I'm here for a little while longer. So
sure, definitely. As far as the game, we always seem to play well at homecoming. I think we've only lost once since I've been here, so that's 10-1 record on homecoming, and that's against some good teams.
Right.
Obviously, I think back to high school days. You try to set up your
Right.
your homecoming so you make sure you win, but we've had some good wins against some good teams on homecoming as well. But again. Is it a game, going back to the player mindset then, is it a game that you're like, there's so many people here and everything, we've got to show up. And we've really got to show everybody what we're all about. And homecoming's a special game for that.
Right. It's hard not to see how many fans are in the stands,
Sure.
not to get pumped up and ready to play. So as a young guy or a senior, you see your family and stuff like that, you're going to get pumped up. Just like with last week, we had a great fan base there last week, and our guys were ready to play. But no, you step out the tunnel, and it's just it's electrifying for a small college, for a small town. It gets you juices flowing a little bit. So
sure, definitely. All right, man. Well, thank you for sitting down for a bit. I'm happy we didn't have to talk a lot about last weekend and got right into talking about the fun stuff. But 1 o'clock start. See Coach Stewart and the rest of the staff lead the Statesmen against Avila. Get to 4-2 this week, and then get right into the conference play in 2 weeks after the bye week. So, all right, thanks. Appreciate it.